Thanks everybody for joining the call. I really appreciate if you're live and if you watch the replay. I'm happy too. So my name is Jack and I started a little bit late because I was working on the AdWords training which gets released next Tuesday, the 22nd. And this is actually a product I have in mind for many years. Many years. I knew from day one I will do one time, but I wanted to find a solution, an option that even if you have never done AdWords, even when it is a big challenge for you, it will be easy for you. So I will go over each step that you understand each step, but I also will give you a complete AdWords campaign with keywords, with ads, with negative keywords and a website special for, in my mind, the golden niche. So, and we are with that on one page, so I will train how to do it and I will give you the copy and paste method. So even if you're a slow learner, even if AdWords new for you, you can sign up clients and just implement it. So why did it take that long? And this actually came back to my point that local team Jack started actually way before the launch. And anybody knows why that was? Why it took so long to release local team Jack? I had that in mind and I worked for a long time on it. The reason behind that was if I would give you local team Jack without complete niches, you will have tons of questions. You had tons of questions and I couldn't handle those, and it wouldn't make sense for me to handle those because I will be honest, I make a good income. Okay, I have my own AdWords clients and I have to balance my time. So to release something that takes a lot of time for me didn't make sense. And so I had to think hard how to release local team Jack. And how do you say that? I guided my coders to an exceptional level that it could be done in one click. That the menus, the content, everything fell into place with one click. And once that was in place, I felt comfortable to release it. Because then it is manageable, then its support is manageable and makes sense. Everybody get that? So that is, and I want to do it with same with AdWords, but it took a long time for me, to understand and to find the way how I can teach AdWords, because AdWords is the I do, how do you say that? It's the, I like the most, all of I do, I like AdWords, okay? I make the most money with it, but I'm also very good at it. It comes very natural to me, okay? So I see results. My clients love me. They stick for me. They stick for me for a long time. Most businesses, they do much better than before. They see instant results. So there's a lot of accreditation, I don't know how you call that, but there's a lot of pleasure in that work. And I worked for 22 years on a corporate, in a company with 5,000 people up to 96, and after that we were even a bigger company, we were 8,000 people. So I have a little bit that corporate structured project skill, method, philosophy in me. And kind of I want to be in control in a good way, you know. I want to be able to predict how much I earn the following month. On the other hand, I want my customers be able to feel good how many clients and calls they get next month. Okay, so I want to be in business not only this month, but also next month and 5 years from now and 10 years from now. Who thinks you can be with SEO in business a year from now? Enter yes or no if you are still in, if you can be in business with SEO. You don't know. That is the honest answer. I cannot say yes and I can't say no, okay? But I know for one thing, SEO will change at least 3 times in the next 12 months. So you have to keep beating Google and see what Google force you to do to rank your local client high in search. Who does Craigslist? Who of you guys does Craigslist? Okay. To be honest, I did Craigslist for 4 months or so. It was my worst internet experience. It took a long time to understand how Craigslist works, and I think I'm a guru in that. I really think I'm a guru in Craigslist. But I didn't love it. Why? Because you're fighting a system. You're fighting a system what actually is not allowed, to be honest, okay? I can tell so many tricks about Craigslist that will, if you do Craigslist, I can help you, but I don't do it because you're fighting a system, but it's like SEO. Craigslist is even worse than SEO. You know, Craigslist is just kind of a pain. They constantly fighting with you. So then there is one more thing. It is the client's perception. The client's perception. What is client's perception when they post on Craigslist? That those ads are for free. They don't pay per click. They say, I can do that too, just posting, correct? And those callers are not always high qualified. They're looking for the best deal. Same with SEO clients. They know to rank high is kind of for free. They don't know how much effort and specialized it is. Okay, they have an other perception. Now the AdWords clients, they have a service in place. They know the ROI. They know an average client, they make $1,000 or $100 to $1,000 or whatever, and they say, I don't care if I have to pay for that client. I don't care as long as the ROI is good. At that moment, you don't fight payments. You just want to stay within the number. When was this? Last Wednesday, and it is a true story. I don't make this up. Last Wednesday, a dentist called me from Australia. Okay? And he said, Jack, I heard you are good in AdWords. Da, da, da. Can you help me? So I started to talk. So you know what I said? What was my question? Do you know which question I asked? It's actually very simple. How many clients can you handle each month? How many clients can you handle extra each month? That was more or less my first question. Then what was my next question? This is gold. This is what I'm going to share with you. I get about, I don't know. If you say if you say I get always a credit card, you don't believe me. But let's say I get 90% of the business with the credit card, the first call. So what is my next question? I asked them, no, you guys are far too act. What is your budget? What is your budget? No, 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 no. You have to be a little bit smart in this. So write this down. Write this down. First question is, how many extra clients can you handle each month? Guys, have this? Second question was, what is your net earning average from each client? What is your net earning average from each client? Everybody get this? Everybody get this? What is your net earning? His answer is, yeah, it depends. Okay, I said from 1,000 clients, what is your net earning? So get a ballpark. Okay, he answered $70. He answered $70 was the net earning. So now I get him where I want them. Okay, so I said, now I said one more thing. If a client comes in for the first time, how likely is it that the client will stick with your practice? If your client comes in for the first time, how likely is it that they stay with your practice and come more often? And for a dentist, it is very likely that they come the next time. So, you guys get this? So now comes the trick. Okay? So I said, even if it costs $70 to bring that client in, you still make money down the road. We don't want to spend more than $70 because then you have to invest. I don't want you to invest, but I want you to get business. I don't want that your office is empty and waiting for clients. Everybody get this? Even with my accent or whatever, I get them to understand how the calculation works. Okay? Even with I don't need nice words or high polished words. I just get them to understand how the math works. And I think because I worked in a corporate with big budgets, I kind of speak their language. I kind of think the same as they think. And I'm also a business owner, local business owners. So I know the math, I know the numbers, I know the thought process. So I speak that way. So he agreed on, okay, each client can is allowed to cost $70. Okay, so I said the maximum budget which you want to spend is 50 times 70 is how much is that? 50 times 70 is 7, 14, 28,000, 35,000, 3,500, correct. So I said the maximum what we want to spend is 3,500. Okay, and he said yes. You guys get it? How I let him tell what the budget is? What would you think when I said without those questions, and I would say, let's start with a budget from 3,500? He would say, wow, that's a lot of money, correct? But I build it up. So what is the next question? So now we have the budget. What is the next question? What you guys is no. Carl said, what is your credit card number? No, no, no. You guys are now for several weeks on my calls. When do you want to start? Where do you want to get the 50? Where do you get the 50? Okay. So the 50 is he can handle 50 more clients in his practice per month, and he earns about $70 average per client. So the budget can be 50 times 70. Okay, now what is the next question? What is the next question? Okay, don't forget this anymore, okay? Because this is so important. That is why I get the credit card number. This question, when I ask this question, that is why I get the credit card number. Okay? Don't forget that question anymore. When can you handle more clients? When can you handle more clients? Do you know what the answer always is? Yes, yes. Now, yesterday, not anytime, now. Okay? So, do you know what my response to that is? When he says now or yesterday, what is my response to that? I follow this every time. This structure I follow every time. Yes. So, what is the credit card so I can start today? What is the credit card number so I don't ask, can I have the credit card? I ask, what is the credit card so I can start today? He already wanted to start today. I come across this question comes very natural. He has never seen me, and we probably never seen again. He comes from Australia. and I get a credit card within a half hour. That is true. And only, of course, I know my stuff, but I ask those questions in a certain way that they are willing to give the credit card. Everybody get this? Okay, so I have almost no never problem to get a credit card. Okay, so what do I charge? I said I charge 15% of the ad spend with a minimum of $200. And typically I start with $1,000 the first month to see how things are going, and we ramp it up at that time. 15, yeah, 1-5. Okay, with a minimum of $200. And actually I charge them $300 the first month. Okay, 15% from the ad spend with a minimum of $200. Okay, okay, even when I would stop this call now, you learned so much. And so if you see how this is part of the AdWords training, you guys get it? How to get clients, what to say. I do this daily since 2009. I know this stuff. I can dream it. I don't need to read from a paper, you know. I know how to guide those discussions. I know how to get credit cards. Yes, it's 15% of 3,500 monthly. And there's one big advantage, how I set it up. I get a credit card. I charge the first a month. If the credit card is not working, the ads are not working. So they always give me a good credit card. They even, I tell you a secret, if their credit card is compromised, they tell me the first before any other vendor. Do you know why? Because if the credit card is not working, their ads are not running. They're losing business. They tell me first before any other vendor. Everybody digest this, what I've just said? Okay. Does that mean he's breaking even? John, I will try my best to bring the cost down below $70. Okay? We will test with a budget from $1,000 first month where we are approximately and see how things are go. I don't know how many impressions and click-through rate I got in an area, but I know the budget and I know the goal. And each month the AdWords campaign get better and better and better because you see which ads works the best, which to add negative keywords. So this will be part of the AdWords training, how to manage an account. Okay, now I'm telling you a secret too. Setting up an AdWords account is the is the most time consuming. Normally, you don't have that. But if I provide that for you guys, then you don't have that problem. Still, you have a problem. You have to create an account, but it's not a problem. Okay? Now, how much work do you have the following month? After you have everything set up, how much work do you think you need for one AdWords client every month? How you guys think that I can handle so many AdWords clients? It costs me less than 1 hour per month. And if in this case they pay 15% of 3,500, how much money is that? 15% of 3,500. Anybody has a calculator with him? It's 525. In this case, I earn $525 per month for 1 hour work. And it's very likely that I have a long-term client. It's very likely so it has to be going very strange that I don't have a client for years. So in the case you got the ad, the keywords, the negative keywords, and a website. Copy and paste. I will teach you how to set up the area, the site links, how to do the bidding, which keywords have a higher ROI than other keywords. You have to know a little bit basic things. And if you know those basic things and I give you those copy and paste campaigns, I take all the worry to set up a campaign. And management will be very easy because the campaign is already proven. You can sign up many clients with that. Who likes to earn month after month after month $500 per month per client? You guys see that AdWords is not hard. It is really not hard. And do you know why? Why is in business willing to pay that? There are two things. One is they see the ROI, they see the results. AdWords works. Okay, you have to do certain things, but AdWords works. You have to have a good ad, you have to have keywords, good website, good negative keywords, and targeting. Okay, but if those settings, if you get all those settings, what you need to do and information, it's like how do you say that? A blueprint. Okay, then why are you not an AdWords specialist now? Why is that? You probably know SEO, you probably know Google Places, you know how to make websites. Why are you not an AdWords specialist at the moment? Why? And that is, many of you guys didn't have the training. They didn't have a mentor. They are scared to lose the clicks, correct? Think it is all hard, okay? And that is why I was looking for a long time how to make this work for you guys. But I will explain what good keywords are, but I also will give them to you. I will explain how to create a good ad, but I will also give them to you. I will explain what a good website is, but I will also give them to you. So besides the training, you get the done for you solution, the copy and paste solution. So even if in part of the training you haven't catched up yet, you can still apply it. And I do one more thing. Pay-per-click is same as AdWords, yes. I will create a new Facebook group for that, only for AdWords. You have to be an active member. So this will only be active members. AdWords is not the same as AdSense. AdSense is when somebody earns by clicking ad on a website. That is how a client pays to show the ad. So you pay for the click. AdSense, you get paid for the click. So it took me a long time to find the right way to find a modus, and I think I found it. So I know it is scary. I know you need to do the right things. And that is why I will give you a complete AdWords campaign in a niche which are more only in the United States. There are more than 200,000 businesses. Only in the United States. There are in every country. There are many, many businesses. Will the golden niche work well in United Kingdom? Yes. Actually, I have one in United Kingdom. I have one client in United Kingdom for the same niche. This niche will work in any country. It is the perfect niche. And you will say, huh, why I haven't talked it earlier? When I'm going to explain it to you, you said, oh, Jack, I'm so happy I found my destination. It's not a mystery niche, but I wanted to go over next week. I hope there's more than one niche. Yes, it works for any niche, but I will do the training that it works for any niche, okay? But I will give you copy and paste. I will give you copy and paste for one complete niche. So if you are complete new to AdWords, you follow that blueprint. And I will cover how to get clients, yes. Okay, so actually I didn't put that agenda. This is all because you guys started to ask questions. So this is the topic of next week, so I need another week to finish that. Any questions about that before I jump to the next topic? What if your technical knowledge is limited? Keith, can you copy and paste? Okay, that is your answer. Can you speak with a client? Can you ask them 4 questions? Okay, you don't need more, okay? I'm not a good example in customer relationships because I don't have time. When I call them, it takes me a half hour or an hour. So in the beginning, you might want to do that, but I hardly have contact with my clients on a regular basis because that takes time. I don't have that time. So I hardly lose a client because they say, Jack, you never call. They love me because they get clients. Can we go after the same niche without getting saturated? Terry, how many people you think will follow my training? Okay. How many clients are in the United States alone? So you divide that number to the people following the training. If you can handle more than 50, if let's say you get 50 clients and 50 times, let's say $500, how much is that? 50 times $500, how much is that? It's $25,000, okay? Do you think it is worthwhile to follow the training and to get a small piece of the pie? I'm not asking you $25,000. $25,000. I don't ask you the first month, okay? It will not be cheap, but there's enough left for you guys, more than enough. And I purposely, one of the reasons why I don't do it for cheap is because I want to give my full attention. It will take a lot of energy from me. And I want you, all you guys who follow that training, I want you to succeed. Okay. So Jamie, will it be more than one niche? I will do the base training. I will show what are good keywords that can be applied for any niche. I will explain how to create a good ad that can be applied to any niche. I will teach you how to find negative keywords can be applied to any niche. But some just like copy and paste, okay? Like local team Jack. Most of the users, they don't like to come up with the content, set up the menus and all those images. They just like one click. Okay? So I came up with the answer. I will share my golden niche. I know it suits for everybody. I will give you the keywords, the ads, the negative keywords, everything. So in case you don't have a niche in your mind and you feel technical or whatever limited, you can follow these steps. Is there a medical, home service or other? It applies to any niche, okay? The whole training applies to any niche. And if you say, Jack, I have a client in this niche, can you go over with me what are good keywords and not good keywords? I will go over it. I will use that example. We have 10 training sessions. 10 training sessions. And this is what I talk today. I haven't decided for 100%, but this is what I talk today. I will do on Sunday 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. the training. So if you are in another time zone, you can still um, follow the training in a normal time. You don't need it to do at 1 o'clock at night or whatever your time zone is. So it will. So for the United Kingdom and for Australia, so there's a lot of members who have they like 2 p.m. EST better than 8 p.m. EST. So I just almost decided that I will do those two days. It will be on Sunday. That is my talk at the moment. Okay. So I'm not going over pricing. Okay. So I hope you understand the potential. One thing I want you to understand. This is a training for life. This is not a training that you follow and next year Google is doing something else. Let me ask you a question. How much percentage Google earns from the total revenue from AdWords? How much percentage? I see not one, not 100%, but it's about 60 and 80%. Okay. Do you guys think Google will lose that business? Never. Google AdWords will always be in business. They will. So you how do you say that? You educate yourself. You invest in yourself. That will exist for many years. You do what is officially. It's like you are in business. You are not fighting against Craigslist. You are not fighting against SEO. You have a real business. You can sleep at night well because you follow an approved system. The clients are happy, Google is happy, and you are happy. You guys get it? So when I how do you say that? I changed that story last week training that how I rolled in AdWords, correct? Everybody remember that for local business, for my own local business, I needed that. So that was Google AdWords is not an option. Every local business needs that. Google is very smart. They are very smart. They are like Apple, okay? They are very smart. And there's a reason why they make so much money from AdWords. Do you know from all the searches, how many people use Google instead of other search engines? Yes. Why I see 80%, correct. Why is Google search engine that good? Why is that? Why is Google search, why do they invest in it to be the best? Why do they care to be the best? Why all the smart people at Google works on Google search? But why? Okay, now you're giving answer why it is the best. I'm looking for the answer. Why is Google search engine for free and is still the best? Why is that? Why do you get the answer from Google? Okay, now let John has the right answer. Okay, and Jim too. Okay, the answer is, what would happen if people use another search engine than Google? Let's say they use Yahoo or Bing. What would happen then? So their revenue is about 80% depending on AdWords. If they don't use Google search engine, they cannot show the ad. You guys get it? That is a big motivator for Google to be the best. And they are the best. There's no discussion. Okay? I know many people, including me and my wife, they cannot stand any other search engine than Google. They just give the best results. They really provide value for the searcher, correct? On the same time, they have the opportunity to show those ads. And that is when they make the money. Okay, they show the first 3 top engines are ads is paid and the 7th. So you kind of get used to it. Correct? They do it in a way that it doesn't bother too much to you. But in reality, most of Google income is from those ads. So Google has a big interest to make keep making the best search engine and keep AdWords alive for many years. And Google is really smart. I have to admit, okay, it's I think it's with Apple. One of those are the top companies. Okay. So, anybody else in question about AdWords before I skip to another topic? Okay. How long after the training starts will be able to place our first AdWords ad? Jim, if you have a client in that niche, I will help you. Okay. So you will never be lost. You get in a special group. I do the best when I get questions. I need that kind of motivation dollar. I cannot speak to a monitor and have no interaction. I need you guys, how do you say that? I need you guys as my fuel. So next week will be the AdWords launch. I cannot go over pricing yet. Do non-profit business use AdWords? Yes. Churches, they do. I know my local churches do. They have asked me to help them. Should I go and get an AdWords account? Yes. This has the potential to be a mobile business model? Yes. Also. And once we learn we can outsource some of it? Yes. What about AdWords MCC? I will go over that. You will need an MCC account? Yes. How many AdWords accounts can you have? I think unlimited. You set up an MCC account. I will go over it. It's like the mother with child thing. I will go over in the training what MCC is. Will the clients be new to AdWords or will they be doing AdWords badly? Both. I have many clients from other PPC vendors. They were not happy with the results. And this new client from this dentist in Australia, he did other marketing strategies. And he said, Jack, can I be on the top of Google? I said, yes. I know my competitor is on the top. Can you beat him? I said, I can always beat him, but I don't know how much he's bidding for a keyword. But I take up the challenge that we do better than him. Maureen, I will cover that in the training. So Maureen question is, how can I accept credit cards? Jim said, those that have egos like dentists want to be on the top of everything. Yes, but you can. Is this a position over the right? Is also 3 are in the body and 7 ads on the right? Will this boost Team Jack size I want to sell? Yes. So if your client, so you guys ready for a secret before we close the call? Who are very hot clients? They are paying for leads. They are used to pay for leads. And most of them don't have a website. Where do you, in which pool are you fishing then? You got it. Maureen got it. Okay, who of you guys live in the United States? I think it works also for other countries, but I'm not so familiar with it. Okay. Hot clients in the United States are used to pay leads. They are even used to share those leads. Most of them, they don't even have a website. They don't have time for a website. They only want clients, and they are willing to pay for it. Home advisor, you got it. Okay? Most of them don't have a website. They are used to pay for leads. Okay? So what is home advisor? I will go over the training. Okay? So they will be part of the training. Okay? There will be in section what hot clients are. There will be a section how you can prospect those golden niche. And I will release a new tool how to prospect those hot clients. Okay? It's a 10 weeks boot camp. Everybody familiar with a boot camp? Okay, so get your sleeves up, and 10 weeks you get to work, okay? Okay? So who of you guys can attend next training to go over it, to see it, to so I feel motivated to get this finished. I cannot promise Sunday or Tuesday, but I will announce it in the email. Tuesday for sure, Sunday maybe. Okay? So this is my motivator. Uh, all your questions are my fuel. You guys get it? If you didn't interact with me, my monitor is dead, kind of. So that is why you guys need your questions, need to know your struggle, because your struggle nowadays is not my struggle anymore. So I started also with 0 clients, so I know, but sometimes when you do it for years, things are natural. Google AdWords is for me very natural. I don't need to look and search, and it's kind of my daily thing. Jim said, I have been waiting for 7 months since you first teased us with an AdWords rate. Yes, and that is the truth. It took me far too long time. I know. Okay, Maureen said, I have no idea where to start with AdWords. Really looking forward to your training. I have been trying to put the local marketing puzzle together for 5 years. Maureen, this is your answer. I promise you, this is your answer. Okay? It's this in my mind, in my mind, there's no better business than Google AdWords management. Terry said, I have been waiting for this training from you. Count me in. Keith, would you look at people as customers who are paying for AdWords on the second or third page of Google? Keith, I will go over which clients are hot. Lena said, I'm there with Maureen and others. Charles said, I'm in. So I'm going after clients getting, okay? And I will release a new tool to prospect them. I will share ideas what hot clients are. I will go over which questions to ask. But the truth is, this is the truth. It is simple. It is, I don't know. It's, how do you say that? To me, it is natural. I don't need to fake. I just speak the same language as a business owner. I get a credit card. I get the credit card the first time. I don't say, hey, let's set up another meeting next week so you can go over it. I don't have this kind of discussions. I really don't have this kind of discussions. I know that they exist. I know it will happen, but I don't have them. I get a credit card. That dentist called me while I was in the car. Okay, I parked my car and I spoke a half hour with him. This is really the truth. Okay, within a half hour, I had a $500 monthly paying new client. I'm not faking this. I think I have even a recording. So if you doubt, I have the proof. But it's just simple. It is so simple. I cannot say how simple it is. It's you have an other discussion, I think, with clients who wants to have correctly serve or wants to have SEO. They have a limited budget. You see that? But when the mindset is, I want the top of Google, and then guide them. Did you feel in the beginning how I guide them to set the budget? That is important, okay? That is really important. That is 90% of the sale. How you set up the mindset what to spend. When I would say, hey, let's spend 3,500, what would you say? Oh, that's a lot of money. But when you explain and makes things reasonable, then they see why a certain budget makes sense. Everybody get that? So I will go over those things. Within those 10 weeks boot camp, you get it. Okay? You can ask questions over and over again, but at a certain point you get it. Okay? So Jamie, listen to the replay if you didn't know how to come with a budget, but it's simple. And I will in the 10 watts in the 10 weeks training, and I will provide that also in the Facebook, and I will put it on the blueprint. So if you have problems to come up with those questions, you can go over it. So there will be a lot of interactions. Okay? How long will those training sessions? An hour and a half. How soon can we tell our clients that we can set them to go after start the bootcamp? Charles, if you have a client in a niche I'm going to teach, you can sign him the same day. Okay, you set up an AdWords account and you get everything. Okay, so I will reveal the client getting method. Okay, Jimmy, Let me leave something, okay, for the training. The bootcamp didn't start yet. Okay. What about the JVL deal to sell your products? You are asking about work on. Yes, I'm start to work on it. Things takes time. If you want to promote it, then my products, there are other ways. So PM me. So I think we passed the 1 hour. I have to say, I really enjoyed this training. I really enjoyed it. And do you know why? Because it is about the topic I love the most. I hope you have felt that I'm so passionate about AdWords, and it is my child, it's my baby. I feel I can help so many people with training AdWords management. Okay, I feel that your guys are struggling with that. Okay, and that is on itself, it is a good thing. Do you know why it is good? Why? So please understand this thing. Why is it good that AdWords is difficult? Why is that good? Why is that good? Because it's less competition. Local business, they fail with it. They don't have the time. They don't have the training. So you become a specialist in it. They are looking for you. Okay? You can save them more money what they otherwise would waste. You guys get it? So to be in group together with me, we become very strong, and we do it niche per niche per niche. You guys get it? So you um, you position yourself something what every business needs. You learn something what exists in the common 10 years. You know how much you earn next month. And the beauty of this, the first of the month, you get all those payments. You see tons of emails. Every chart, every income is an email. I get the most emails the first of the month. Myself, I cannot read any more emails. When there's the first of the month, I cannot read any normal emails. All all payments emails. My cell phone don't sort them. My desktop I can sort them, but my cell phone I cannot read any emails anymore on the first of the month. And that is the position I want you to become in. The first of the month, that it mess up your email system. You see all those payments, and you know how much you earn that month. Is that not nice to be in the position first of the month? Your bank balance. I'm not telling jokes, okay? This is the real truth. So that is coming. So thanks everybody for being on the call. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for your interaction, and watch out for my emails. Okay? Thanks Jim, thanks Charles, thanks John, thanks Laney, thanks Lega, thanks Jimmy, Keith, Brenda, thanks Karen, thanks Scott, thanks Em, thanks Janie, Janice, thanks Fiji. Thanks everybody. Looking forward to next week's training.